Coming up this week on Two Noobs, James Franklin is out at Penn State. Nobody on this show really cares, but we'll give you 50 million reasons why college tuition may be out of whack. Next, getting your runs in takes on a whole new meaning in a race where you are mandated to eat Taco Bell during the race. We'll see how that all comes out in the end. And we wrap with rapid fire debate. John is going to be giving Matt and me some ridiculous scenarios to defend. It better not have anything to do with eating that god-awful food from his tournament a few episodes ago. That was disgusting. Start the music. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Madame et Monsieur, Damen und Herren, Senoras y Senors, whatever, dudes and non-dudes.
Sup?
We are here, Two Noobs Talking, episode 262.
Yeah.
262. Yeah, I can count to 4.
There you go.
All right.
What's going on? What's going on, guys?
I'm in my Coyotes jersey.
Yeah.
Funk franchise mode.
Hey. I love that jersey, too, by the way. That is a great throwback jersey. Where'd you get that? I'm trying to remember.
This was Mitchell and Ness.
Was it really? Oh, my gosh.
Yes, it was.
Super Bowl sale, probably, right?
That's right.
Look at that. I love that.
Right. And you want to see the coolest part?
Yeah.
It's a starter.
Oh.
How about that? Remember them?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Starter. All right. So last week was fun. We did the horror movie recast.
Yeah.
And I just, I was feeling it. So I went into ChatGPT.
Oh, no.
And just for funsies. And I asked it if it could. I asked it if it could, because I drafted Nicolas Cage as Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And I said, hey, could you make me a picture of Nicolas Cage dressed up as Chop Top?
There you go.
And it said no.
Oh, what?
Copyright issues, apparently.
Oh.
However, it did say we could do something generic for you. And I said, sure, why the hell not? I wish I would have written down what it said. It said something like wild-eyed man with a plate in his head. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to share what it brought me.
Oh, God, no. I'm really afraid to look. Really afraid to look. Oh, my God.
Not quite Chop Top, but you got the plate, you got the hanger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with copyright here.
No.
No, I don't think so, because the plate is not where it's supposed to be. I don't even know what's going on with that hanger. Like, it's sitting on. It's balanced on his thumb.
On his thumb. On the back edge of his thumb.
Clearly Nicolas Cage. That's my issue.
Right?
I'm not sure.
If you randomly showed me this picture and you were like, hey, you want to see Nick Cage hold a hanger? And you showed me that picture, I wouldn't think twice about it. I'd be like, he's got a picture of Nick Cage with a hanger.
Well,
Right.
you don't have a copyright in your own likeness, right? The copyright issue probably was Chop Top is a fictional character.
Yeah.
And so Chop Top cannot be copied, essentially.
Yeah.
You may have some rights to your likeness as a celebrity, but that's not as strong as copyright. So I don't think Nicolas Cage would have anything particularly actionable here.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure. I'm not. As an IP lawyer, I probably should be up more on copyright law than I really am. I do patents, people.
Right.
So I don't know, but I just wanted to share this because I felt like this was a good effort by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
satisfy my needs.
I love the plate right above the cranium. I mean, it's like boom right here. It's like, what is going on there?
Yeah.
Oh
That's not where Chop Tops is, but you
no.
know, it was funny nonetheless.
Oh yeah.
So
The thought that
there's
counts.
your laugh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
It's the thought that counts. All right, let me introduce people on the program. Over there is Jack and Jill, John Tracy.
Woo.
Over there we've got Moo, Matt Craig. He's a
Moo.
cow.
There you go.
In the middle, I am Stick to Basketball, Steve Murray. Speaking of basketball, we have problems, gentlemen. It was announced this week that the Sixers are going to have a throwback night
Oh,
to celebrate their 2001 NBA Finals team.
that was the
where
last
they will
time
be-
that was the last time they were good, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I thought. Okay.
So they're going to be having a celebration. They'll have the team there involved. I forget which night it is. But there's someone else who's going to be there who I'd rather not be.
Oh, hip hop, right?
That would be Hip Hop,
yeah.
the mascot.
They brought him back. I remember. Yeah.
God help us all. The swole Donnie Darko bunny.
I've never heard it described like that. That's pretty damn good.
Now that's something for ChatGPT, Steve. You're gonna have to do that. Yeah, that kind of deal. Maybe make a.
I will have to do that.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Exactly.
The nightmare fuel, guys. I mean, Franklin's a cute and cuddly dog who is harmless in every way.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to go back to? I forget how John described him once. Something about cocaine, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Steroids, most likely.
Steroids too, because he was swole and he could dunk.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a little frightening.
And yet that just brings me
And
back.
had nothing to do with Philadelphia.
No. But that team was, I remember that captivated the city. That
Yes.
like
Yes, it did.
took over the entire city. They had a 10-0 start, if I remember right.
Yes, they
and
did.
I remember they just got out to a real hard start. And I remember even too, when the trade went down, they traded Theo for Dikembe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like supposedly to get us over the top. And then we ran the Shaq and the Kobe and the Lakers. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I'll never forget that disappointing me. But game one, NBA Finals, the step over was fantastic.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yes.
The black jerseys were really cool on
It's-
the road. And yeah.
It's our lot in life to
Mhm.
run into dynasties
Yeah.
in championships. You know, the Flyers in 85 and 87 ran into the Edmonton dynasty. The Flyers in 97 ran into the Red Wing dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
The 01 Sixers ran into the Lakers
Lakers.
dynasty.
Yeah.
The 2010 Flyers ran into the Chicago Blackhawk dynasty.
Yeah.
Only the Eagles, man. The Eagles are dynasty busters.
They figured
Beat
it
the
out.
Patriots and the Chiefs. Go figure.
Yeah, and speaking of, how about this? With the Super Bowl patch officially affixed onto the Saquon Barkley jersey. Very excited. Very happy. That makes me happy. We need some
That
good
is so-
vibes.
We need some good vibes, although Matt is a little too excited that he has the word licks on his jersey.
Yeah. Licks.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Hey, Glenn, remember the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl?
Long time ago. Yeah.
I don't have that VHS.
How original.
Love the fact, though,
Um,
John, with the background of him there with, what was he got? Jalen Carter and Devontae, I think, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
That's about all my wonderful hat collections that changed my
Look at that. Oh, look at
on my
that.
head as they play football.
There you go.
I'm wearing one.
What do
There's-
you change hats
yeah.
during the game?
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, constantly. I get vibes, and I throw jerseys. It's not good. That's why I watch it by myself most of the time. I'm in my own little world. I got Kelly Green shoes too that I wear. That I'm
Oh,
wearing
there you
right
go.
now. It's weird. I got shirts under shirts. It's just Hey, they won the Super Bowl last year. I was comfortable. So
There you go.
True.
Yeah.
But whatever you've done the last 2 games, don't do it again.
I watched it alone in this hotel room,
Okay.
and I have a sneaking suspicion that's why my brother texted me the other night and said, "Hey, come over and watch the Eagles game with me."
There you go.
Yes,
Kind
but
of-
what did you do for the previous game when they lost to... Who did they lose to?
Giants.
No, not the Giants. The one before that.
Broncos.
Broncos.
I was in a
What-
hotel. I was in a hotel room. I was in this hotel room
Okay.
in this same place where I was for the Giants game.
Okay, so
So
whatever you do not watch it at the hotel.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay game, I was with my brother and my sister-in-law and my family.
There you go.
That's where I will be. That's where I will be for the Vikings Eagles game because
Good. All right.
We're gonna
So
snap
you
that
can
streak.
take the blame single-handedly for 2 losses on the schedule. I'm glad we've got
the
this
way they
sorted out.
played, I'm not taking any blame.
Right.
Fair enough.
Oh goodness.
I would have beat the Giants.
Right.
Well, you know, we should look at one silver lining from that game,
Oh.
which is that we did not lose anyone to the turf monster
Yes.
up in the Meadowlands.
Very
'Cause
true.
That was a serious. That's always every year a serious concern in my head because we lost AJ Brown right before the playoffs 2 years ago
Something like that.
Mhm.
because the turf monster reached up and grabbed his ligaments.
Yeah.
Can't have it.
Can't have that. Yeah.
So at least we got out of there clean bill of health, relatively
Mhm.
speaking.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the Dubby Energy Fun Fact brought to you by Dubby Energy Drinks. Visit them at their website, w.gg, or download the app to your phone. Enter the promo code 2 Noobs Talking. That's TOONOO BZZ Talking. You get 10% off your order. This is an alert. Due to unprecedented demand, Dubby's warehouse is almost sold out.
Ooh.
So be sure you go and order what you want now
Ooh.
so you're not left out in the cold. Remember, you get $4 off any $40 tub of energy drinks, $3.50 off any $35 tub of hydration drink. You've heard me talk about all of them at some point on this program. Pick your favorite. Go get it now. We will wait.
It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we're
that's
back.
enough.
Yeah, there we go.
If you haven't done it already, then you're shit out of luck. Matt, I believe you have the fun fact for us today.
I sure do. You know, there's a talk, of course, of like the greatest of all time in terms of basketball. Now, this generation right here that's speaking to you, we know exactly who that is. We know exactly who that is, and we're proud of it. And today's, like, I found this really cool. I found this off Facebook. An average human's hang time is about 0.53 seconds. So half a second in the air, jump up, jump down, come down, right? Michael Jordan.
Mine's probably less than that.
Right, yeah. Michael Jordan, 0.92 seconds. So he was almost a full second in the air jumping when he did it at his peak, which is, I can't even think of that. Like being up in the air for that long and then coming down, like one down, as opposed to down, like half second. It's crazy. So yeah,
And in
0.92.
Yeah, and in Space Jam, it was even longer. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
up there like 5 seconds with 300-pound monsters clinging to his legs.
Yeah, and he
his arm
stretched his
stretched out
arm, and
90 feet.
yeah,
Yeah, that took forever.
it just makes me think about like what Jordan was back in the day and how
Mhm.
dynamic of a player and scorer and defender he was. He was just an overall well-rounded basketball player, unlike some people in this league that currently play in the NBA and are only stat padding.
I affectionately remember him as a gambling golfer. But, I mean, that's just,
And as a baseball player,
As a baseball player.
minor league baseball player for
Yeah.
the it was the
White
what was the
Sox.
name of
White
that?
Sox.
Yeah, but what was the name of the actual team he was on? It was like the
Oh.
Barons or something.
Yeah, it
like
was the
that.
Barons. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it was the
Yeah.
Binghamton Banner, by
no.
whatever. But yeah. Yeah, I remember those
Yeah.
2 years. It was like, I remember, yeah. I remember that first time when he walked away after they won the three-peat, 91, 92, 93, and he walks away from basketball, and it was like, what? what are we going to do now for basketball? And it was only a 2-year hiatus because he was
Matt,
gambling.
You were correct. It was the Binghamton Barons, AA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox.
How about that?
Question, because I don't remember. The first championship was against LA.
Yep.
92 was against Portland,
Yep.
right? Clyde
Portland.
Drexler.
Yep.
93 was against Charles Barkley and the Suns.
Correct.
And then the final 2 were both against the Utah Jazz.
Yeah. So
But who was the first one when he came back? Who was that against?
I know.
Was it Seattle?
It was Seattle. Very good.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah, Sean Kemp and his 40 children were all sitting there in the front row, and Gary Payton.
They all weren't there. Some were with other people.
Right.
Right. It was only 31 of the 40. Let's be real about that.
Oh,
And Sean
I'm
Kemp-
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sean
about that.
Kemp also didn't weigh 400 pounds at that time,
Yeah.
like he does now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I was right. It was Seattle.
Yep.
Okay, good. So my memory isn't going completely.
No.
Which is good.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, time for an over 40 rant brought to you by me.
Try
I
to
got
read?
a
No.
letter in the mail this week
Okay.
from the insurance company. And I believe I've gotten this every year for the past couple years.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, the law mandates that 80 or 85% of premiums collected by an insurance company must go to payments for medical care.
Okay.
And if they don't reach that limit, they are required to refund, I guess, the difference. So that what typically happens at my firm is we'll get the refund and then we'll use that money applied to the following year so that we can keep rates the same for the employees for the following year. But it got me thinking, if they didn't reach the 80 or 85% limit last year with the premiums, why are they hiking the rate this year?
This is what's called inflation.
But
Inflation.
for simplicity. For simplicity.
Yeah, and that's what I'm telling you. It's inflation. That's the simple answer.
Well, just hear me out for a second.
Okay.
For simplicity, let's just say I gave you $100.
Yes.
So you're required to use 80 of that for medical care, and the other 20, whatever.
Pocket.
Okay, pocket, basically. Well, I mean, I'm sure it goes to employees, and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
most of it's probably pocketed by the
Yeah,
CEO.
paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paperwork.
So you only spent $70, right, this year? Now, I think what you have to do, it's not like you give me back 10 split from 70 to 80. I think you have to reduce the total amount to reach the 80% limit so that your cut, that $20 also gets dwindled down by some. But so if let's just say you used $70 for medical care last year, why are you now raising it to $120? You didn't reach 80 previously. What makes you think you're going to reach 80 this time?
Inflation.
I'm still not.
In budgeting 101,
Yes.
if you put $1 million into your budget and you don't make your budget, you don't move it from $1 million. You just renew it $1 million. You don't raise it.
That's what I mean. Right? Am I taking crazy pills?
No, you are not. If we're using practically,
Practically, yes.
no, you're definitely.
I mean, Matt's, I realize Matt's giving me the excuse for raising it.
Yes, yes,
I understand that. I'm talking about reality.
yes. But the reality is, shouldn't insurance use the budgeting form? Is I'm allotting X, and if X isn't used, I'll just allot X next year. okay, 2 years in a row, X, Y, except it becomes an excess. Yes, then you raise because you're like, okay, my budget needs to go a little higher because I'm starting to exceed my budget. But we don't live
Right.
in reality. We don't live in
Exactly.
any of this stuff.
We don't?
So
We live in the
It's
Matrix,
just-
right?
To me, it's this.
Hmm.
I've gotten this letter multiple years in a row,
Mm,
which means every year they are not meeting that 80 to 85%
Yeah.
requirement.
yeah.
So why does the amount keep going up if you're not hitting the number you're supposed to hit?
I know.
Now you're making it even harder to hit your 80% because if you just assume, and we don't have the numbers, I don't know for sure that the medical care cost is going up proportionately to the
which
rate.
it most likely is.
Mm,
Is it though? I mean,
I think it is because I think they're the problem.
quote
oh no,
unquote.
everybody's the problem. I mean,
I know,
it's-
but they're the start of the problem because an echocardiogram is now $1,457,000 billion when it was 13,000 million, 100,000 trillion dollars
I
yesterday.
did-
But we hired a cuter nurse now, so now. The doctor can't see as many patients, so we got to make it up somewhere.
We got to make it up somewhere.
I did learn from. I had a conversation with somebody who is in the insurance lobbying industry,
oh.
and he not
Sorry.
not on behalf of the insurance companies, but
Mm.
he goes to DC to lobby for changes.
Mm.
Thank God.
Oh, a good
And
American.
right.
There you go.
And he explained to me, in case you were wondering why, if you go through insurance, your X-ray costs $5,000, but if you're willing to pay cash out of pocket, it's $500. The reason is because apparently the hospital, when you pay them cash, they're getting the money right away, as opposed to if they go through insurance, apparently they get put through the ringer, and it takes 9 months before they get a dime out of the insurance company. So it's a cash flow issue.
Interesting.
Oh, it totally is.
Interesting.
And hospitals are a business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't excuse them from not having standard pricing, but
Yes.
do you see part of the problem? So you've got the medical care is not being transparent with their costs, and the insurance companies effing it up even more because they're like, I'm not going to pay you right now. How's next Tuesday?
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's also a little factor of risk management in there, too, with people getting sick or whatever in this area. But that's like a whole separate issue in terms of that additional cost being added. I can't imagine that not being involved in it. Again, that sounds
you're
more like
absolutely
an
right.
excuse than anything else, but it's probably a factor in all of it. Just
I'm
saying.
sure it's overly complicated, but
Oh yeah.
the reality
oh
is,
yeah.
the reality is
Actuarial
there is no
science is
reason.
actuarial science is a bitch to actually go through.
Before we end this, would you like to see the left and the right's perspective of health insurance?
I could
Are you
come
going
up
to
with.
give it to me right now?
I could give you the
Yes,
lefts. I could give you the
The
lefts.
left is very simple. The left is, fuck it, we don't want to make a decision, let the government do it. The right, and that's pretty much where we're at in medical care.
The government should handle it all.
Okay, whatever.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, try. My wife still has family in Portugal, and they have which offers government
Yep.
insurance. They have private insurance. Do you know why?
Mm.
Yeah, because
Go
the
through the government
sucks.
insurance, you'll be waiting 6 months for a doctor's appointment. That's why.
And you could lose a toe because they forgot.
Well,
Exactly.
you see, we'll definitely look into that, Mr. Murray, to make sure that your mother-in-law has the perfect grandmother has the most perfect care, so that they can thank us later.
After they've died of some disease that could have been cured, had the hospital seen them right away.
That's just overhead
But
costs.
like I say, they have private insurance because
Yeah.
you get a doctor like that.
Yeah,
once
exactly.
you've got the private insurance.
Lickety split, as it should be.
Exactly.
As it should be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Same thing in Canada, by the way. All right. Well, speaking of pissing away dollars. Let's get to our
Yeah,
let's
right?
get to our Penn State segment.
Oh,
here.
my gosh. This is crazy.
I'm not a Penn State fan. I'll raise my hand and say I'm not.
I'm not either.
Well, I'm wearing a guy that did go to Penn State, and I have family members that did graduate from Penn State. So this one's a little awkward for them.
Not as an outcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you know
also played for
absolutely,
he also played for the Giants, and
Yeah.
you absolved him of all his sins.
Right. Oh, man.
by the way, he's having a down year because he's on my fantasy football team. Just I'll take that.
Yeah.
And I didn't take him, and that's another reason why he sucked.
There you go.
But anyway, so the coach that Saquon Barkley played for, he played for Franklin.
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did he?
The coach he played for at Penn
That's
State,
another
James
thing I don't like
Franklin.
about Saquon Barkley.
The coach that Saquon played for, James Franklin, was let go by Penn State last week after quite the choke job the last 3 weeks.
Sorry.
Had a chance to be number one in the country. Blew that in double overtime. Then lost to unranked UCLA, I
Mhm.
believe.
Oh, yeah. Hadn't won a game, UCLA. They were
Oh,
over.
I didn't even know that.
They were over, and they could not stop the Bruins at all on defense.
Wow.
Didn't even try to stop them. Crazy. And then coming back home, they get beat by a Northwestern team, which I think has one win, maybe two on the year. So,
Oh, well.
yeah,
Well-
joke's on them. That kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Like I said,
Mm.
we don't really care.
Yeah.
I know Penn State fans who probably dislike James Franklin because he's like 1-20 against top 10 teams or something like that in his career, which is not if you're trying to win a national championship, that ain't gonna get it done.
Yeah.
But what caught our eye and why we want to discuss today, James Franklin, as a result of getting fired, gets a $50 million buyout.
Crazy.
That is second highest in college football history behind only Jimbo Fisher. Nice.
That man deserved whatever he got.
Oh,
This was
right.
his name.
Right?
Was bought out from Texas A&M at $76 million.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't realize that amount of money. Whoa. That's nuts.
Okay, so Penn State is paying James Franklin $50 million to not coach their team. And this is the same Penn State program who I believe has closed something like 6 or 7 satellite campuses in the last couple of years for lack of funding.
Gee, I wonder where that money could have gone.
I don't know, John, you hate college football, and I know you want to go on a rant, so I'm going to let you have the floor.
Well, I don't understand. The NFL doesn't even have this dumb ass contract stuff. I don't understand why college sports gets. Why does this athletic thing that's supposed to be for young people to hone their craft before they go in professionally? Because you can't be a college athlete if you're going to be an Olympic athlete. You can't be a college athlete if you're going to be a professional athlete. They have all these rules, but then now all of a sudden they have Roger Goodell money just to throw around to a head coach that sucked at every level. And the only reason they brought him in is because he didn't have a record. Like, that's the only reason he got hired at Penn State is he was squeaky clean. Oh, you're not a douchebag? You're the head coach.
Yeah.
Because we had a few of them back over there.
Oh, yeah.
From the 90s that have some questionable things going on.
Wonder what happened up there. Yeah.
And Steve, you made that point when we were talking about it originally. That's probably why he's probably getting the out the way he is because, hey, save a brother because I hope you do some things you couldn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the story I was reading had his original contract. in my head is saying it was 85 million for 10 years or something.
Yeah.
Which they gave him because most likely he had to bring the program out of the Joe Paterno penalty hell that they were in. So he was operating initially as head coach in a school where he couldn't qualify for a bowl game. And I think there were other heavy penalties.
Yeah.
levied on the
You
team.
lost the recruiting ability.
Right.
Like you didn't have like top level recruiting ability. You didn't have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't have certain schedule things. You couldn't be on TV at certain times. It was bad.
Yeah.
For people that don't know how bad the penalties were for Penn State.
Oh, God.
They were pretty bad.
Yeah. Very. Yeah.
So I'm sure that played into why his contract was as heavy as it turned out to be. But go on.
It doesn't. I understand he's getting you out of a situation, but it makes no sense for that contract.
Yeah.
It's only 85. It's over 10 years. How does he have a 50 million? And where are you getting that money from? Is the other thing. Like the NFL's not pulling that kind of money.
No. I got news. I've got news for you guys. College football and the NCAA, just FYI, they're both corrupt. I'm just saying. I'm just floating that out there.
We know that.
Yeah, we know this.
We know that.
And
they deal with Nike. Of course they're corrupt.
And part of it too is these colleges got into something called the Big Ten Network. And guess what? When there's TV, there's additional money that's behind it. And they're going to throw that money towards the athletic program and not towards the university. So they could pay James Franklin multi-millions of dollars to coach the sidelines. But the moment that they go and they tanked, I've never seen a Penn State football team tank this bad. I've never seen it perform the way this team has performed in easily 20 some odd years, probably since the Jopa tail end of his, I was going to say illustrious career, but I don't think that's really true anymore.
Matt, to your point.
Yeah.
To your point, though, they can pay. The network can pay, which I agree with 100%.
Yeah.
100% right. But isn't the fact, if you go back to Harvard from the 1800s, wasn't the point of collegiate sports to drum up more money for the college for a better education?
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't that the ground, the whole way we were sold college sports for so many years?
That's such a great point, John, because there's also one thing that really I think universities have really struggled with, and I think Steve and I both know this, being Temple alums. Their aggressive nature towards getting money from their alumni has been horrible, has been absolutely horrible. And so when you have something like a network that's getting created, this is just a thought that I had. When you have a network, a network that only broadcasts Big Ten, sporting events or whatever, you don't need to go to your alumni anymore and say, give us money. We'll make sure it goes into, the College of Sciences or the university or the athletic department, wherever you want it. They don't have to do that anymore. They can just put it in, and part of it too is the fact that they just have not had very good, I would argue, not very good pull from the alumni at all. So this is their way of kind of getting in additional money for their athletic programs, is create these networks and get all this money. And therefore you're going to have this. And then you throw in NIL on top of that, the name, image, likeness nonsense that's been happening over the last 2 years. And college football is not college football anymore. It's not amateur athletics, which is what makes college football fun, because you've got 18 to 21-year-olds running around out there, and they're supposedly should be having fun playing football for their college, but they're not anymore. They're not. They're more of an entity now, where they could go from one university to another, and then make the leap into the NFL. And you just lose that sense of, well, who are you and what are you doing here? Basically, is the kind of, you're left with that. I would argue that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I would love to know what you guys think of that.
I don't blame the players in that aspect. I blame the system.
Oh, the system, yeah.
Yes.
The players they want to get their piece because they've seen how corrupt and how ridiculous it was.
Yeah.
Because it used to be an amateur game.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they deserve a cut because, yeah, the NCAA was making money hand over fist,
Oh yeah.
and everybody but the actual people on the field
Mhm.
making it happen were getting the money out of it. So
Yeah.
they
And the
absolutely
best part, it
deserve
came
that
out through the video game because the NCAA video game for PlayStation made like $150 million, and these kids got nothing.
Yeah.
And like they're playing with themselves on a TV,
Yeah.
and they're getting no money.
And they're going to have money for it.
Right.
But at least now they'll
Yeah.
get $650 in a PlayStation, and the game, a copy of the game.
Hey, but that's more. But I would take that if I'm an athlete. And I'm
Oh,
playing.
sure.
They would, and under the old rules, if somebody gave you a PlayStation for
Oh.
free with
Yeah,
the game, you get in trouble.
That's a
Reggie Bush lost so much
Yes.
for something that
Mhm.
Sador Sanders got on live TV.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's how far it's come.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, sure.
Sador Sanders got like literally corporations handed him shit, and they took his ring away. They called him a piece of garbage on ESPN.
They took the trophy away from him until
Yeah.
then they realized, oh, wait a minute, that's bad PR. We should give the trophy
right.
back to Reggie Bush. And it's like, if you're Reggie Bush, you're kind of like, really? Seriously?
This is what out of date old white people do to sports. Just putting that out there.
I don't know
Well,
about
here's-
that, but
Here's my question, because I did see another article that said this $50 million it would have funded one of these satellite campuses or like a library or something on the campus for 6 years,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the average college football coach makes on a contract, but it seems to me this is a huge. I mean, I don't think NFL head coaches see this kind of money.
I don't think they.
But when you think about in pro sports,
Yeah.
or when you're talking about paying a coach a lot of money, it's usually because that coach is very well accomplished and in demand, and so
Yes.
you have to overpay to get him to your program, right?
100%.
So, like, just take for example, Bill Belichick. You had to pay him a lot of money because the dude won 6 Super Bowls, right?
I'll give you this, though, Steve. I just pulled this up. Nick Sirianni, Super Bowl, of course, winning coach last year.
Yeah.
5 years, $35 million was his contract that he recently
Total.
signed. Yes, total.
So $7 million a year.
$7 million a year.
But he's taken his team to the Super Bowl twice, won it once.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Who
So
was
the average of college for the best of the best, like the top 10,
Mm-hmm.
is like 10 million.
wow.
Yeah, see, now that right there, I have a problem with because that's ridiculous. There is no reason for a college football coach to be on the average making that kind of money for a university.
I could see Nick Saban. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Nick Saban,
Yeah.
10 million. Yeah, because he won national championships.
Yeah, he's
and
won
he had
more-
a program that was number 1 all over the place.
Totally
Who
fine
the
with it.
hell would be competing
Yeah.
with Penn State for James Franklin
Yeah.
that you got to dole out the contract you gave him?
Nobody, because you're
That's
talking
my
like
point.
The top guy is 13 million, and that's Kirby Smart. That's the Georgia guy.
No.
Georgia's been relevant for 10 years.
Yeah.
So yes, he should probably be the highest paid guy.
And they've
Ohio
won.
State.
Yeah, and he won the
Ohio
national
State.
title.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Clemson,
Yep.
Oregon, Colorado, Texas, UFC. They're the ones on the top of the list. This dude was making the same money as them.
That means Dion is up there. Dion's the coach of University of
Dion is
Colorado.
up there. 10.8. But you're paying $7 million for his name and $3 million for his coaching.
I would agree with
That's
that.
true.
I think the name there, you're right on the money,
Yeah,
Johnny.
that's just name recognition. You're just paying for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because
But
they were
let's
8 and
just take a
4
guy-
last year or whatever, and they were like Gasparilla Bowl or whatever.
Let's take a guy like James Franklin, who would not cause a bidding war.
Yeah.
right?
No.
Yes.
And then you have the head coaching job at Penn State. I don't think you need to pay a premium for that because that's a big time program typically.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you wanted to get in and get a young guy, you wouldn't have to pay him all that much. Hey, you're becoming the head coach at Penn State. The prestige alone is probably worth something.
Yeah.
you're paying guys who don't deserve this kind of money, huge bills, and you're in the meantime, you're ripping kids off for tuition for 40 grand a year these days. For what?
Yeah. Just to have the chance to win a national title, which, oh, by the way, and this is the one thing I've hated about James Franklin for years. James Franklin, I think, is one of the more overrated coaches in college football right now. So much so that he will run up the score on like lower opponents, so like 1AA opponents. There was one time he was playing against, I think it was Georgia State University. Penn State was hosting Georgia State University and killed them like 63-0 or 7 or whatever. But when it was 63, I'll never forget, there was like a double-digit lead and gigantic lead, 63-0. And Georgia State trotted out because they couldn't move the ball at all. And they're on the Penn State 30, and they're about ready to kick a field goal just to get on the freaking scoreboard. And this jackass calls a timeout to ice the kicker of Georgia State. Up 63-0, he calls a timeout to ice the kicker. And I'm sitting there kind of going like, you son of a bitch. You're not no
Use
wonder.
them or lose them.
Right? But, I mean, you got to be kidding me with that. It's like, this is so ridiculous. You're doing that kind of bullshit. And yet the teams, when you're going up against the top teams in the country, you're small. You come up way short of expectations. And it's like, they should have fired him a long time ago. A long time ago.
I just did some research. We can put this to bed right now.
Oh, no.
So what is being reported is you get about $6 million if you win the national title. The TV deal, if you win the national title, you get into a pool of $600 to $650 million.
Wow. What do we call that? What do we call that, Johnny? We call that
corruption.
Yeah, and also a what? Ponzi scheme, right? Ponzi scheme.
College football playoffs, ESPN deal is worth $7.8 billion over 12 years. That's $600 million a year.
That money could be, oh my gosh, that money could be better spent elsewhere.
And that's my point.
You can educate a lot of people in the United States for that money.
Oh, yeah.
You're paying these colleges for being on TV, and yet the tuition just keeps going up and up and up, and these colleges keep crying poor. Oh, we can't, our education. No, we can't. We're stretching the dollar. Yeah, you're paying a guy $50 million to not coach your football team.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're going to have to sign a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay him money. So it's $50 million plus whatever you're paying new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That money all could have been used to help the students.
Yeah. To lower the tuition.
But
no, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It just goes to show that the amount of money that's in college football right now, totally misallocated. It really is. It needs to, just to have the bragging right of winning a national title. And again, you throw in an NIL deal, and I keep thinking okay, yeah, I hear what you guys are saying in regards to that. They got free tuition. Let's not pretend that they didn't get anything. They got something from the university. They got free tuition. Players, I mean. So, they didn't have student debt walking out. And they walk right into the NFL, some of them do, with multi-millions of dollars in their back pocket. I would just push back just gently on you, Steve, with the fact that, they didn't get any money. No, they got a free ride. They got a free ride throughout their college education.
That's a fair point.
Free ride there.
Yeah, that is totally
I
fair.
agree.
In that regard.
Totally a fair point. I mean, my concern is more, they got a free ride.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
but they're wearing the jersey. Yeah, they're wearing the jersey and the helmet, and
they're wearing the jersey, and everyone else around them is reaping the benefits of all this.
Everybody's wearing their jersey, and everybody's reaping the benefits.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you're going to you win the national championship, you get all this money. That's like found money for you.
Yeah.
Why not use it for something good for the school?
Yeah.
And help the students with their debt.
Yeah.
And the stupid tuition you're charging them.
100%.
But Steve, here's the funny part: they're gambling, is what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
They're taking the tuitions. They're gambling because if they make it to a national title, then all the top people, the athletic director, the dean of the school, whatever, like name all of them if you want to, they're all gonna then get a fat ass raise.
Oh yeah.
Because what they did is fuck the kids. We're just gonna gamble this money and see if we win.
We got a national title. That's what matters on my screen.
Why do you think head coaches are so sought after, especially like a Bill Belichick? You don't think North Carolina is like, fuck, let's throw $60 million at Bill Belichick. Maybe he puts us on the map.
Yeah. Well, they're being put on the map. I don't think in the right way, though. That's the only thing with them.
Not knowing what we know now. If you had a chance, Bill Belichick's a free agent, and you're a college that's irrelevant.
Yeah. And you want to make that move up to the next level. Yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah.
You make that. In business, we would call it genius. In college, we call it criminal. But it's criminal because it's in college.
Right.
If this is a business guy doing this, I don't care.
Right.
But you're affecting the youth of America, which is bullshit. I don't like it.
100%.
Who's won the most national championships the last 10 years?
That's
Probably Nick Saban, but I don't know or care.
So Alabama,
I would think so.
probably one.
Alabama's got to be up there.
I would love to know if Alabama's tuition was helped in any way by any of those national championships, and I will 99.999%. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To your point, it was probably that all that one money goes to Saban, goes to the athletic director, goes to recruiting more people to win another national championship. They're not helping the kids at all in the school.
It really is a damn shame, too, because it's like the kids are there and are committing 4 years to that university. That's the thing. They're committing. They're there for 4 years to get an education and hopefully hope to God that they're walking out of there with at least a job that will give them some hope of paying off this ridiculous debt that they have to pay off. But the chances of that happening are very, very slim. And meanwhile, you've got coaches that could get bought out, like Franklin, could leave after a couple of years, or whatever the case may be, or you may have a complete overhaul change if a university doesn't win a title. It's like the NFL light, that kind of a deal. I mean, it's a damn shame, and it needs to go back to its roots. And I remember watching college football in the 80s, and it was tremendous because it was amateurs going out there and performing at the highest possible level that they could do. And it was for their school. The pride for their school was on the line, not the national title. And that's where I think college football is wrong right now. It's like everything is on money, 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 and has nothing whatsoever to do with the rivalries that are out there and with the winning your conference used to matter a great deal. Forget that now. It's ridiculous how that needs to be brought back, I think, in college football.
Well, the most egregious part of this whole thing is this is $50 million of dead money.
Yeah. That's going to one guy's pocket. One guy.
One guy's pocket who's not even going to be there anymore.
Yeah.
That's the part that makes it the worst for me.
I agree.
At least if he was there coaching, it's like, okay, well, it's a lot of money, and that's kind of dumb that we're paying a coach a lot of money.
Yeah.
But at least he's actually doing something for the school.
But a contract
This is $50 million. Yeah, this is $50 million to go away.
Yeah, whereas
that's the worst part of this.
As much as horrible as what happened to the end of his career, John, you made just a great point, because you remember when Joe Pa was at his peak, he was Penn State, because he lived practically on the campus with his wife up there, and everybody knew that Joe Pa did Penn State. Franklin's only there because of his contract. That's what the problem is with all of this in college football.
But
that
also,
needs to change.
But we also learned that was corruption. Joe Pa living on and owning,
I'll never
property there. And
Yeah, I'll never forget. There was I think it was Netflix did a documentary, and ironically, they named it Happy Valley. And so that you come up with a title, right? And it was like within the first 5 minutes, you see a protester walking up, and the Joe Pa statue was up there at the time outside Beaver Stadium, and he's walking around. Joe Pa is, he needs to be fired. He needs to be let go. This statue needs to be removed. And then you have Penn State fans coming up, and they're taking photos with the statue. And then the next thing you see is the protester coming over there and saying,
"What are you doing? You should be there getting a photograph with Joe Pa."
You have that kind of nonsense, and then it just devolves and devolves and devolves. It was talking about, obviously, everything that happened with Sandusky and the whole bit. And it was just like, wow, that's ironic. Happy Valley, it wasn't happy at all. It was like, was absolutely the worst thing that ever happened at that university for years. But yeah, it's like, the money, Steve, you had a great point too with the amount of money, especially the one guy is walking away, a multimillionaire, for going 3-3 on a college football field, for having a horrible year. And they, the hell with it. We'll just write this off. The hell with our student base. The hell with our universities, for crying out loud. We'll just write this $50 million check and call it a day. What?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I'd love to know what the Temple coach makes.
Oh,
because
Casey
no matter who we
Keeler,
get in
right?
there, we just can't.
It's like it's got to be like $11.50 in free food.
Let's see.
It has to be.
He gets to eat for free at the Wendy's on Broad Street across from the law school.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Which is a good win.
Wiley
1.9.
reported 1.9. No.
Oh.
Yep, 1.9.
Details not yet public, but he was making $625,000. Can you believe this in 2024? So double that.
It was it.
Double that easily, Steve. He's probably making 1.3 million.
Sure.
I guarantee you.
He's
As long
expected
as
to make 1 and 2. 1 and 2. His predecessor made 1.9.
As long as we don't fire him and then owe him dead money, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just in. He's fired, and you owe him dead money. That's
Right.
how college works.
Damn it. Damn it.
Good thing I'm not giving them money as an alumnus.
Yeah, don't do that.
Here's to you, Steve. Right back at you.
And go to a trade. If
Absolutely.
you're a young child, go to a trade school. You'll make more money
Oh, yeah.
than your teachers do at that point. They don't give
100%.
them raises either.
Yeah. No need to funnel money into that machine. That kind of.
But if you want to funnel money into this machine, you should go to our website, twonoobstalking.wordpress.com.
Don't funnel anything into anything of mine.
John loves to launder money. I don't know what you're talking about. Give it all to him.
My name's not Sandusky, or Zelensky. I put them both together. Look at that at the same time.
What's that? What's that Freudian slip? Yeah. But anyway, our website does not have anywhere where you can input or give us money, unfortunately. But what you can do while you're there is watch old episodes, because they're there. Why not? You can find episodes going all the way back to 140. If you want to see something before that, it will take you to our YouTube channel, where we need you to like, share, or subscribe.
And they'll give us money, but we need a lot more followers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 109 is not going to cut it.
Yeah.
And please comment on the episode. Talk
Not
to us. We wanna
snarkily, not negatively.
Bring evidence, facts.
Yeah, don't just say, "Oh, these guys suck. They're mega." What?
This is a Temple hat, not a.
Yeah, no. This is an Eagles jersey. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I can't find my hat. I don't know where it went.
What's going on over here?
Well,
I can't
I
find
have
it.
to have one. I lived in Texas for 8 years.
Right.
I have to have one, right?
To help
Not
John
sure.
find his hat, go back to the website, put your email address in the little box, hit subscribe. It's not going to actually do anything to help John find his hat, but what it will do is notify you every time I remember to upload a new episode to the website.
Nice.
and you get that, and you can go and watch us whenever you want, and not have to remember that Matt uploads these things at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights
Yeah.
to YouTube.
There you go.
Or sometime later, waking me up.
So
Not
sometime later,
anymore.
waking
We
up.
took care of that. Remember? We did take care of that. So I don't have to bother you at like 10 o'clock at night. You can go to bed like a normal human being, John. There you go.
All right. Well, one thing that will not let you go to bed like a normal human being
Yeah.
is
Is
this
Taco
race
Bell.
going on in Denver.
Yeah. Talk about
I
a
had-
weird
I had-
man alive. Right?
There's an ultra runner event in Denver called the International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. A 50K is 31 miles, by the way.
Thank you.
The race is a loop throughout Denver and includes mandatory stops at 10 area Taco Bells.
Oh my God.
The rules are this: you have to order something at 9 of the 10 Taco Bells, and you've got to actually eat the food. You need to finish the 31 miles in 11 hours. You need to keep all your receipts and wrappers. So you're going to be running along with like a fanny pack with receipts.
Right?
And drinks do not count as food, by the way. So you can't cheat by just ordering a Dr. Pepper at every Taco Bell. They have a zero tolerance policy on vomiting. Well, that gets me disqualified. Because if you do, you're immediately disqualified. And
Yeah.
you're banned from on-course stomach medicines, including Pepto, Pepcid AC, Alka-Seltzer, and Mylanta.
I see a question.
Hold on.
Oh.
I'm not
I
done the
know,
rules
get
yet.
finished. I'm just raising my hand because I want the first comment.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You are able to use the bathroom as much as you'd like, but you can only use Taco Bell restrooms along with one other approved public toilet. This year's race had expected about 600 participants, and for the record, Taco Bell is not affiliated with this in any way, and they won't even comment on it.
Smart by them.
Smart by them. I won't eat Taco Bell normally,
Yeah.
so I can't even imagine what sick,
Oh.
twisted pervert runner would want to consume Taco Bell for 11 straight hours. John, you had your hand raised.
Yes.
Question.
Go.
This is Colorado, correct?
That is right.
That is correct.
No.
This is what happened when you legalize marijuana without any fucking plan. Colorado, 100%. This is what you get. This is
Fair.
what you get. So Pennsylvania, I know you want to learn from others' mistakes. Just
Don't
saying.
do that.
You know
right?
that, John, you are a genius. That makes perfect sense. I'm totally thinking about a bunch of stoners sitting around going, you know, it'd be awesome, man. We had
This
like
is
a
that's the
race.
only way a race
It's
like
like-
this gets promoted.
Right? They got the munchies. They're like, oh man, we should have a race with like, you have to eat Taco Bell while you're running, man. Like, that'd be awesome. There were not legitimate race runners coming up with this idea.
Oh my
No.
God.
It just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And for like, so I found this article just so you guys know. As you guys, I
Yes.
love weird.
Sicko.
Yeah. This is probably the
And Matt
weirdest.
does not actually believe in the legalization of marijuana, but we have questions.
Right? So it made me think, if you were involved in a 50K and you did have to make a stop at a fast food joint, what one would you want to pick?
God.
If I had to,
If you had to.
does Five Guys count as a fast food?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Then I'm going Five Guys because I know I could get all the protein to finish the race.
Okay.
Like it would be like a protein kit. Little carb, a lot of protein.
Yeah. You ditching the fries. Like you have to have like
Yeah, I could totally just get the burger.
the burger.
You know, you get the
Yeah.
burger, you get the bacon, you get the
Little
cheese,
burger,
you get the
bacon.
meat.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Okay.
gotta like heavy protein run.
I think the hardest thing would be coming out of that restaurant and then you got to resume to run again.
Oh yeah, it would be terrible.
Oh, it'd be
but-
awful.
But
Yeah.
later on, if you jog a little bit, later on that protein's gonna help you.
Yeah. I think you have to
later
let.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, though, it's
I could barely walk to the car after 5 hours. So, yeah,
right?
Steve,
but I
same.
think it's because of the French fries. If I would eliminate the French fries, I'd be
There you
fine.
go.
Right. Right.
Same question to you. Which restaurant, which fast food one, would you want to do it? if you were doing a 50K?
It would have to be one. See, I'm foregoing the protein and I'm going with carbo loading. So I would want to find somewhere that has good macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
So I could just put the mac and cheese and carbo load on that.
You're doing Chick-fil-A. You eat mac
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is mac and cheese. Yeah.
I mean,
KFC
Popeyes.
also has. KFC has.
KFC.
Popeyes just changed their mac and cheese. I do not like their mac and cheese.
I don't
as
either,
used to.
but they did have elite mac and cheese at one time.
Yeah.
They did at one point. KFC, I think, has some decent mac and cheese.
I think for me, it's Chick-fil-A. If there's a Chick-fil-A sponsored 50K, I would at least attempt it. Now, that's not going to say that I'm going to go out there anytime soon and run. Like,
Yeah, I would like to let everybody know I'm not running anywhere for any reason. So,
Yeah, especially 31 miles.
yeah, my God.
this is all fake because I'm not even running outside.
Yeah,
If this place is on fire.
yeah, yeah.
Matt, do the math quick for me on this.
Okay.
31 miles you have to complete in 11 hours. So what is the per mile average that you need?
The per mile average that you need,
Or the yeah,
21
what's
miles
the
divided by
11 hours. So
right?
you're looking at 2.81 miles per hour.
An hour?
Mm-hmm.
What's the world record for a mile? 6 minutes?
I mean, well, you get a marathon is 26 miles, right? And good marathon runners do it in what, 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Somewhere in there. So, I mean, it's certainly doable, but you don't have any peak athletes doing this Taco Bell race.
Oh,
You gotta
hell
be
no.
kidding.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, it's like I think I had Taco Bell once. Got like a
Once.
yeah, emphasis on the word once because I've never been back since. But it was and it was I think it was one of their standard burritos. And I took about like 2 bites of it and I promptly threw it into the trash can because it was disgusting. It was so
Well, because you were
awful.
expecting food. When you go to Taco Bell, you're not expecting food.
I'll never forget. We used to, when my son was playing club hockey, we would drive up to practice through Warminster, and there was a Taco Bell on the side of the road, and they started advertising that they had breakfast. And I'm like, who in their right mind would eat
I
Taco
worked
Bell
with it
for
too.
breakfast?
Yeah.
I worked with a dude that literally told me one time that Taco Bell breakfast was elite when they first started it. I never forgot, not once.
You never won. Okay.
I would drive him there so he could get it.
So he
but
could get
was
it.
like, "Yeah, this is the best thing."
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
don't eat breakfast, so I wouldn't even
Yeah.
accept that challenge because
Yeah.
breakfast is not a meal that I partake in.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I remember.
I have regret and tiredness and coffee. Like that's how I get through my morning.
Yeah.
You guys remember I used to load up on donuts before a hockey game because. You know,
And I don't know how
Taco
you
Bell.
did that. Honest to God. I mean, it was like we would also go to Burger King prior to when we would play outside, in
Yes.
Abington.
Yes.
But I mean, we were right through it, and it was like no big deal at that point. you
Well, yes, but
We
you
were
have to
also
remember we
young
would
children.
know?
we were young. We would eat at Burger King, and then there would still be probably a half-hour minimum,
Yeah.
probably more like an hour
Mm.
between when we would finish eating
Yeah.
and when we would actually get started playing.
Yeah.
So there was time to digest. This is like you go into the Taco Bell, you got
And
to
you're
eat
right
it,
out the door. Yeah.
and you're right back out. Or because Taco Bell is semi-portable, you buy it, you come out the door, you eat it while you're on the move.
Yo, you could run with a snack wrap in your hand. You could run
Right?
with a crunch wrap in your hand. You totally.
I don't know. I don't know if that's in the rules, though, technically. That's the thing. I think the rules are very
Those
specific.
tacos, though.
Yeah.
Those hard shell tacos, you ain't running anywhere.
Oh, no.
You're sitting down and it gets all over. I had Taco Bell recently.
Yeah.
This was a couple months ago. I got a
Okay.
hard shell taco,
Mhm.
and I ate it, and I ate it in the wrapper, and I was cleaning my pants off for 12 minutes. I ate it in the wrapper. How the hell did it get over here?
Oh, Oh goodness. Yeah, that's why this is probably like one of my funnest weird file stories I think I've ever found. 31-mile run. Would you do it?
I think it's hilarious that they outright ban like antacids.
Yeah.
I know. That's the thing that's so wild about
I
it
also
too,
love
right?
the bathroom thing that you can only use Taco Bell bathrooms
Yeah.
that are other approved. What are the other approved? They didn't explain.
Right? Maybe there's a
Yeah.
Porta John with a Taco Bell symbol on it.
Maybe.
You could go right in there. It's like, oh, it's normal.
I ain't going in there for someone else because you don't even know what happened there.
Well, you,
We
yeah,
don't know
well,
what's in
you.
the meat.
They're going to the bathroom after having Taco Bell. It's not going to be pleasant.
No.
But, that's
No.
it's number 2 and it's runny. So
I'd be too judgmental because I'll only eat Taco Bell the steak. Like if I get anything, I get their steak because it's the fakest thing that you can get that's real. But people eating the ground beef or the chicken, I would no, I don't even want to be near those people because you're just like Russian roulette with your colon at that point.
yeah, well, I neglected this particular rule here. So you are required for the food to have consumed one Chalupa Supreme or one Crunchwrap Supreme by the 4th stop, and one Burrito Supreme or one Nachos Bel Grande by the 8th stop.
Oh God.
This has marijuana written all
Oh,
over
100%.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have to ask now because it's funny you bring it up.
Mm.
When did Colorado legalize marijuana?
2012, I think it started.
Was it that long ago?
Wow.
Yeah, I think the legislation started. By the time I got there in 2018, it was full on legalization of marijuana.
Because the reason I ask is because this Taco Bell race this is going on now 8 years. And it would be hysterical if that coincided directly with legalization.
I think it does. I don't know exact numbers, but it sounds pretty legit.
So Colorado legalized medical marijuana in 2000
Well, that doesn't count.
and recreational marijuana in late 2012. Sales started in 2014.
Okay, so all right, so it's not perfect
I'm
alignment.
not the medical marijuana. I'm not worried about. It's the recreational because the recreational would produce a race like this. Medical marijuana saves lives. It's different.
Yeah.
It's completely
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, before we get into our fun topic, I'm just going to share this because you asked for it, and ChatGPT delivers.
I can't sleep now, dude. That's the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen. That's worse.
Right? Oh my gosh. Well, we are getting close to Halloween, John. So I think
I
exactly.
can't even look at it, dude. I can't stare
Yeah,
at that
get
computer.
the
I
hell-
won't be able to sleep.
All right, you big pussy. All right, so we're getting into John's going to have Matt and I debate stuff, and he's not going to tell us what stuff is, but we're going to have to apparently defend positions that we don't want to. So I'm going to turn it over to John to run the program.
Or some that you might want to.
Oh boy.
So this is rapid debate. I'm going to throw a topic out there for Matt originally.
Okay.
I got some good ones, so we're going to do 5 of them.
Okay.
So we're just going to see. I will choose the winner of the debate each round, and then we will have 1 point for each round.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
I've got some doozies for you guys. So
Okay.
let's start, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with, if we had superheroes, would it ruin society?
Oh. Yeah, I will take that. I will take that. If we had superheroes,
So you're arguing that it would?
I'm
In
arguing.
everyday life. We're talking like Superman, Batman, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man, like if that happened in our real lives.
Yes. But
So
is he? Matt, are you defending that it would be
that it
ruin our lives?
that it would not ruin. the
That would
lives.
not. Okay, so
I
I
would
need to.
not
So
vote
then,
no.
then you pass it to
Yeah.
Steve, and then Steve
Yeah.
has to do the argument, and then you have the rebuttal.
So I think it would be
Well,
very,
no. You didn't. You weren't listening.
You
You're
pass
passing.
it
If
to-
you're not, yeah.
If you don't agree with it, pass it to Steve. He's going to give you the argument of why it's good, why it would ruin society, and then you give him the rebuttal of why it wouldn't ruin society.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes
so
sense?
you disagreed with his premise, so you're passing it to
So
me.
I'm passing it to you.
Yes, and then you will argue in rebuttal. So I am arguing that having superheroes would ruin everyday life. And evidence number one, I point you to Batman versus Superman. Everything gets politicized, and the whole point of that movie was, do we need a Superman? Because, that's what Congress would be debating, and we'd have to put up with that shit. And Superman would be ostracized, and unlike in the movie, he would probably say, fuck you all, and he would just leave and go back, and we would all be back right where we started. So having superheroes in our everyday lives would, in fact, ruin society, because the government, because they just can't lay their hands off of it, would have to regulate every goddamn thing. Iron Man can't do this. Batman can't do this. Wonder Woman's got to cover up. It's the government is going to get involved, and the government ruins everything. And so that's
So
how.
it'd be every X-Men movie we ever saw.
Basically, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's true. Yes, the government's going to get their hands in everything, and the superhero. It's not the superhero's fault that lives are ruined, but it's the effect, in other words, that it has around it.
I totally disagree. See, first of all, governments are Marxists to begin with, and they would be jealous over the fact that superheroes would absolutely do all the right things. They would save so many countless lives throughout the entire, not just the American, society, but the world society at large, Steve. To imagine, like, if Batman came in, he'd beat up all the criminals, so you would have less crime in the streets, that kind of a deal.
Which is controversial in and of itself, apparently. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Right. And then Superman could come in and save anybody who's having an automobile accident, who gets into an automobile. He could fly right there instantly and save somebody. I mean, and be strong enough to, you won't need the jaws of life anymore. All the kind of great stuff. Wonder Woman as well could be a really good arbiter of truth with the lasso of truth. Can you imagine, like, if she threw that onto, like, any sort of congressman, they would actually tell you the truth of what's going on? That is a good...
That would ruin everyday life.
That would be a good thing. That would be a very good thing. Not to mention the Green Lantern could, like, shine his ring out. He could have, like, all these different little, planes and tanks and, bomb, whatever you want to bomb. It would be awesome. It would be just wonderful. And it would have, like, it would be almost like having the Justice League, basically, just hanging around your backyard, just saving you from almost anything. And boy, it would be great if you could be like them, that kind of deal. So that is why I would say that they would help, not harm.
Counterpoint.
No, there is no counterpoint. I don't want to hear.
You can't save everybody. So when you decide who to
Lies.
save and who doesn't get saved, now it's, well, he's a Nazi because he saved this person but not this person, and they're different because one belongs to this group and one belongs to that group, and then all hell breaks loose.
I believe it's Superman.
2 points here, and I'm giving a point out, but I'm gonna have 2 points before I give a point.
Okay.
I got it. Matt just argued the utopia he doesn't believe in. My second point is, I actually agree with both of you, but Steve gets the point because corruption is corruption, and it would never work out well.
Superman is going to drown in bureaucracy.
That's what I have to say.
I agree with you, Steve. So, Steve, you get this point. You get to pass it on to Matt. Would you? I think you might with this one.
Okay.
AI.
Oh no.
Will it take more jobs than it creates?
Ooh.
Think about it, and then you can either pass it or you can go for it.
Interesting.
I think I'll screw Nat if I keep it, because he has to then say it will create more jobs than it will take. Yeah, I think there are, if AI is to proceed along the path that it is believed it can do, there are many jobs which require very little creativity
Agreed.
and
Wow.
rely on repetitive tasks, which is something AI, if perfected, could be very good at. Whereas the jobs AI creates are more going to be, say, prompt engineering or server
Problem solving.
maintenance.
Yeah, problem solving.
So from that perspective, I think AI will take more jobs, because I don't think there are a lot of jobs that AI lends itself to manufacture, right? So the net will be more jobs lost, because I don't think AI creates a whole lot of jobs on its own.
A lot of ifs there, but that's okay. So now I have to argue that AI
will create more jobs.
will create
Than
more
it takes.
jobs that it takes.
Yeah,
it
than
takes,
it
yeah.
takes.
Interesting.
So it takes away a lot of jobs, but it will create more jobs.
Interesting. Well, I do believe that that will happen, because you need people to monitor this very, very carefully. There is such a thing called hallucinogenic, data that happens from AI right now. So it is not a perfected technology as much as many people want it to believe to be a perfected technology. It's not even close. We're maybe 15 years away from that. I would argue 20 years, maybe a generation or so. Long after I'm retired and I don't have to worry about worrying my job. God willing. Yeah. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood.
Speak the truth, brother.
Preach.
We're not losing our jobs to no machine.
Exactly. I could probably be podcasting and doing this for the rest of my life. Who knows? The point is,
AI's already taken over most of our jobs here.
I know.
My camera won't shut the fuck up.
That's because you keep
Already?
moving back. But no, it is an imperfect science. It is an imperfect technology right now, and I think we need to pump the brakes a little bit, and we need to monitor this very, very carefully. So I do think that in the immediate term, more jobs will be created, because people have to oversee this bullshit for another 10 to 15 to 20 years before it eventually does take over the jobs, I suppose. But that would be my argument. Mr. Tracy.
You were not
think-
very. You were not very.
So I gotta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't believable. I don't know if you believe it. Your point is, yes, I think that AI is going to cause way more jobs than it's going to take away in its infancy, because it's in its infancy.
Yes.
So Matt gets the point on that. Steve, you made a couple good points there. That later on, when AI becomes AI, yeah, it's raping and pillaging. but Matt made the really good point that in its infancy, that it's going to need more help.
It's fair. However, I believe Matt should have a point deducted because he said imperfect, which is.
I agree. But we'll see what happens at the end. If it's tied, then Matt gets the point.
Okay.
Stop it!
All right.
That's all I gotta say about that. What's next?
Okay,
Shai?
this is a good one for Steve. Steve.
Okay.
Oh.
Debate whether aliens have definitely visited Earth.
So I have to side with they have.
Yes.
You have to decide that they have visited Earth.
That all that is real.
Okay.
Not all what we've learned. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
Take it off if you want to.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah. I think it's pretty clear aliens have been here. There's too many weird things that have gone on from outer space on the planet that just cannot be explained. And alien technology, alien visitation could very well be the reason for that. The government doesn't have a clear stance on this, which is a little bit unusual for the government. There's just too many conspiracy theorists and theories and just sightings and events that it's too many to just be a hoax. There's got to be something legitimate going on behind the scenes, and an alien presence that has the technology to visit us could be putting on the things that we're seeing and yet not believe our eyes, because if they can get here from a million light years away, they are so far beyond what we can even imagine at this point that the things we're seeing obviously can't be explained. So from that perspective, I think we have to say aliens have been here and may even walk among us.
Present company, present company included.
Yes. Are you gonna take your head off and then you're gonna look at it?
Well, now that you mention it, it's stuck.
All right, Matt, you have to disprove.
Wow.
That.
Wow. Okay, well, I would say this, in all seriousness. I think there would be validity, and I'm not discounting what Steve's saying. But I think there has one thing that's wonderful about this planet is that there has been evidences of life that has existed on this earth for centuries, a long time. And you could look back to, and not only just physical artifacts, but actual written documents that have been handed down over the generations, over years and years and centuries and centuries. And there have been some very supernatural things that have happened on this planet. I would argue that. You know, if you have a sea that parts in the middle, that is an extraordinary phenomenon. That is something that does not happen every single day. And yet, in one major religion, that did happen. That's in Christianity, where a sea parted in half, basically from Moses splitting the Red Sea, you know, to escape from Egypt and the pharaohs. So that did happen. That is a legitimate fact that took place. So there is something that is strange. However, the only problem that I have with Steve's argument is we have things like the National Enquirer that have done its damnedest to basically hoax this whole thing and beaten it down to a pulp. So we don't know for sure whether or not it is true. It's only hoax. It's only hearsay and speculation. That would be my only... There is no tangible evidence that I've seen where there has been alien technology, alien visitation anywhere on the earth. There's only been, what the hell is that? And we don't know what it is. You know, that kind of deal. It goes like this really quick, and we just don't know what the hell it is. We call it alien because it doesn't look normal, you know, in that regard. So that's what I would say in that regard.
All right, at the end of this, Steve flashes Matt with the Men in Black, takes them to
what more evidence do you need that aliens walk among us?
Too Noobs talking live, 263 from Area 51. Steve points to aliens for Matt. Matt, you win on the debate because you're absolutely right. I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. I love the alien stuff. I get into it all the time. I've watched numerous amount of documentaries. I believe things that I don't even want to talk about on this podcast. because of the documentaries that I watch.
Mm.
But the one thing Joe Rogan has always kept me at an arm's length with aliens is they've never really showed us anything. And why is it so grainy? Why is it so
Right.
this? We did it just recently. Like, why isn't there any? You would think by this point in 2025, we would have some kind of
Tangible evidence or something. Yeah.
something that we could at least walk towards. Even though in the art, Steve, I completely agree. The advanced technology, Matt, you even actually had a little bit of Steve's agreement of the ancient technology that's advanced. Like,
Yeah.
but you're right. There's no tangible evidence. So.
Right.
You're just biased, bro.
Although all three of us probably believe in aliens. We just
I am calling out the bias on this program.
All right.
All right,
Like,
Matt,
Yeah.
your next one.
Okay.
Either prove or disprove. You can pass to Steve if you don't want to prove it.
Okay.
You should retake your driver's test every 10 years.
Ooh. I will take that as yes, you should. So I would argue you absolutely should do this 100% because people cannot drive cars. The more that I have aged, the more aggressive people have gotten on the road. There's less defensive driving on the road, I would argue. There's more of a I got to get there really hurrying and quick. And if I got to cut somebody off in order to get there, that's a lack of defensive skill. And you need to retake your exam again. So I would wholeheartedly say this, like you would you have to renew your passport once every 10 years. You have to re-up your driver's license once every 10 years, as long as you're driving. And especially considering the fact that when you get older and you get on the wrong side of the road, that's a huge problem. Just saying. Mr. Murray.
All right, Steve.
my colleague here is clearly in favor of a heavily administrative state. He is implementing this.
Hold on. I stricken that from the record. That does not count in the debate. Counselor,
That is- yeah.
reline your country.
Thank you.
Clearly, the intention to have people retake their driver's test every 10 years is just to drive up state revenue.
That's wrong.
There is absolutely no
bullshit.
reason to have people retake the driver's test every 10 years because, let's be honest, his point was, people don't drive defensive, they're too aggressive, and they don't know what they're doing on the
Yeah,
road.
to be retaught.
Well, guess what? You take the driver's test, you're sitting in a car with an official of the state. You're going to be on your absolute best behavior. So retaking the driver's test every 10 years is not going to change the behavior on the road once you're back out there.
So what they
You are going to behave, you are going to do your best. You're going to have hands at 10 and 2. You're going to cross over as you're doing your turn. You're going to parallel park in a smooth motion. You're not going to do the things that you do every day. So it would really be pointless to have people retake the driver's test every 10 years because it's not going to change behavior out on the road.
So you need to whip people. That's what you need to do. That's what my opponent is advocating for, a whipping. You heard it here first.
On Steve's point, Steve wins.
Damn it.
He's absolutely right. You can't. A test isn't going to retrain them. Maybe driving school or enforcement, but yeah.
I mean, once you, perhaps maybe not even age related, but maybe, if you have like a doctor who thinks you might not be roadworthy anymore, maybe you should, that should be a key to retake it. Because I do think at a certain
reduction or a retaking, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I mean, because there are certain points where you're at liability now on the road, whether it's just age or health related. In those circumstances, it might be.
Family, doctors, other things like that. My parents My parents gave up their driver's license when they got to the age where they didn't feel like they could drive anymore.
Well, there you go.
With the support of my sister and my brother, to be like, we've got you. They didn't want to drive anymore once they got to a certain age.
There you go.
And they didn't feel like they were comfortable with it.
There you go.
More of that, like you said, more of that, like a doctor or
Yeah.
a family member getting involved.
That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good.
So let's just do one more because Steve is in the lead and there's no way for Matt
No,
to catch
it's
up.
2-2. It's 2-2. What are you talking
Oh, I
about?
thought it was 3-2. Oh, I thought it was 3-1.
No, we've only had 4. I won the first one. You gave
Oh,
Matt
you're
2
screwed
points.
You're screwed then because Matt's
Uh-oh.
getting the easiest one ever.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Matt, college should be free.
College should be free. Interesting.
You taking it?
I'm thinking about it. College should be free. That would eliminate the Ponzi scheme.
Absolutely, because it would be free. But how would it?
But someone's got to pay for it. I'll defer.
Damn it!
College should
See,
be
the only
free.
words in this is college should. Think about Cardi B. College should be free. There's no plan behind it. There's nothing behind it. It's like, college should be free. Just so you know.
Okay.
Don't get all Kanye on me.
I was really hoping that was going to take this. All right, college should be free. In the way that K through 12 is free.
Okay.
The
Wait,
higher education.
Go on.
I could do that too.
Put your glasses on for this. There you go.
Yes.
Higher education is very important for making sure that the next generation is prepared for the jobs that they will be taking. And we should not be burdening these people starting out their lives with the heavy and intense debt that college brings on to them. And if college were free, you couldn't pay worthless professors of gender studies
Only
thousands of dollars they get.
Yes.
And so maybe it would weed out the useless majors.
And the Marxists.
And the
Yeah,
Marxists,
and the
and the
Marxists.
communists, and
Yeah.
all
Yes.
that. Yeah.
So college should be free to enable young people to get the education they need to get ahead in life without the debt it would incur, and it would get rid of the bullshit that goes on at the colleges these days because the people who bring the bullshit can't be paid.
Okay. And since Steve is done before Matt starts, Steve's for America.
Yeah, that was a utopian feeling right there. More than anything else, Mr. Murray. That was
Yeah, no shit.
utopian. Yeah.
That's literally what the sentence
Did you
said.
see how easy? Did you see how easy my argument was on the last one versus how I had to do this one?
Right? There's a cost that's involved, but clearly, as I've long advocated on this podcast, I would want an audit of every single goddamn university in this country, how they are spending their money. That's the issue. That college shouldn't be free because, yes, people have to be paid for what they're doing. Teaching, internships, running the whole thing, custodial, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We don't have to go through the whole day. But clearly the issue here is the money has to be spent in the proper way. And the fact that college tuition continues to only escalate every single year with no justification whatsoever doesn't mean that we should just drop it and just say, oh, the hell with it. That's kind of like Biden just saying with student loans. Ah, the hell with it. Ah, fuck it. We can just let it go. That kind of a deal. No. The issue that we have to get a hold of here is why are colleges being so damn expensive to begin with? That's problem number one. And then you have to, at that point, understand that there's got to be a certain level or cost benefit. The cost benefit analysis has to be equal here for both the undergraduate student, graduate student, and the professors and the university all the way across the board. If we can't get there, then we're going to have this ridiculous notion where colleges are going to be free and we could just walk in and get educated and in Marxist theology and then walk right on out of there and feel like, oh, we're contributing to society when we're not. So that's really what we need to do. We need to understand where the costs are coming from. Why are they increasing so much? What can we do to cap it or limit or mitigate the risk involved to try and lower the cost but not fully eliminate the cost of college? That's what I would say.
I would give Matt
I don't
the
think
point.
I don't think he answered the question.
He did. Because
No, he didn't.
literally
No,
said
he
that.
didn't. He argued. Wait. He argued for
I win.
auditing
I win.
colleges and lowering the price. He didn't argue for not being free.
Not free. Well, he did because he talked about charging.
Right.
Okay, we're moving on because we got time here.
Okay.
We're moving on because this is so much fun.
I love it.
Steve,
Yeah.
this is yours.
Mhm.
Hot dogs count as a sandwich.
I'll take it.
Oh, there you go.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
piece of It's a piece of meat in the middle of bread. What more definition of a sandwich do you need than that?
Perfect. Matt,
Yeah.
cats are better than dogs.
What? He
Oh.
doesn't have to rebut that?
Well,
No, there's no rebuttal here. I just want
Fine.
I tend to agree. Cats are better than dogs. Gosh, that's hard. Because I'm a dog lover, and you know it. You know it, you
I
little
know,
bastard.
That's why I gave it to you.
You know it. I will say the cats are adorable. They are the cutest little things, but man, they are unbelievably temperamental, and
See, he went
I would
negative
freak
right
out.
there. Moving on.
I would freak out. I don't know where my cat would be. That would be it. But they're wonderful.
All right.
See, he didn't defend it.
Fonzie for Steve. Coffee is overrated.
Oh, absolutely. It stinks. It tastes terrible. Let's be real. People only drink it because they're addicted to the drug called nicotine, or not nicotine, caffeine.
Yeah.
Caffeine is a drug. You are addicted to it. You are taking coffee and you're putting your little creams and whatnot in it to make it taste a little bit better, but you know you hate it. You just drink it because you're addicted. That's the bottom line.
You're lying.
Enough. We're
Shut
done
up.
with that.
Shut
We're
up.
done with that. Matt.
Yeah.
Texting is better than calling.
Oh, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? Give me a call any day. Texting's fast, though.
That's two. He's not defended. I'm just pointing that out.
Texting is better than
All
calling.
right. We're ending on this note. Steve, participation trophies are good for kids. Lead us out on this and finish out the episode.
Participation trophies are good for kids.
Over 40 rant number 2.
Spoiler,
Let's get out of
spoiler alert, they're not. Go on.
Petition. I can't even say it. Trophies
Participation trophies are good for kids.
are good for kids.
Yeah.
Pass. Matt's
We're
got
out
to take
there.
it.
We're out then.
We're out. We're totally out.
All right, we are done. We are done for episode 262. We'll see you back. It's just going to be me and Matt next week for 263. So I'm going to have to club him over the head for some of the nonsense shenanigans he pulled this week in the debates.
Ow.
But until you're going to have a metal plate in your head like Nicolas
Right?
Cage. All right? That's
Oh, no.
That's going to happen to you next week.
Oh, no.
But you're going to have to whole
Nicolas
week to
Cage.
see it. It's not Nicolas Cage. It's a wild-eyed man. Just like Matt. Next week. But you got to wait 7 whole days. Until then, get out.